We have the honor of having a tremendous partner since our beginning of STEMconnector, and that's TCS, Tata Consulting Services. You see them everywhere with us, and what we'd like to do is say, who is TCS? Who is Surya Kant? I think you know Balaji Ganapathy, but who is that team? And what do they represent? So to us, it's the combination of human capital to capital. And they show that in everything they do. Yes, they are the lead company in technology, consulting, and services in the world. But what they do to give back, and what they've done to give back to STEMconnector, our Innovation Task Force, our Global STEM Talent Summit, and clearly the lead with us to start 4 years ago on building our effort to focus on not only digital learning, but computer science in our schools. So we want to reflect on that. They're nearly an $18 billion company. Tata Consulting has about 376,000 employees, but they've set that bar really high in terms of giving back. So most of you know their Go IT program. 54 communities, take it local. 54 communities across America, so much of the underserved, and a commitment with Go IT to make 50% of those students gender and diverse and underserved. But what they truly have done is really focus with us, and Ted Wells and our team have worked with them, with Lena Klebanoff, as we've gone and lent to Chicago this year and did an effort on computer science in the States. And as we've pushed more governors and mayors to step up with requiring computer science teaching, it really has been that push, Surya Kant, from you and Balaji and the team to go there. And so we will show a new report today that Surya will show you, but he is the president of not only the United States, Great Britain, and all of Europe for TCS. And you also have a tremendous conscience. I think it's nearly 65% of all profits TCS makes goes back to philanthropy. So your role with us has been really extraordinary. You really told us in the beginning, go with digital fluency, go with technology, and go with all aspects. So we can say 100% of this room now gets it. So Surya, to you and to Balaji for what you've done year after year with us. You challenged us last year to make sure we did 1 million jobs for tech jobs to the underserved in this nation. I think you're going to set that bar higher today, but I think what we want is, as we take this consortium forward and listen to idea after idea after idea, it's more than exciting to say, we want to be servant leaders with you and really appreciate you. And with that, can we thank TCS and Surya Kant?
Good morning, and thank you, Eddie. And you know, it's always a pleasure to come back year after year to talk to you about the passion that we have for our country, the passion that we have for our communities, and what we collectively can do. And through our example, we try and show what we as a company, as TCS, are trying to do in our communities, and also get some inspiration from the excellent work that has been done by you. We saw the panel, and all of us have to work together. So what I have for the next 10 minutes or so, I want to talk to you about our perspective of what we have seen as we work with our customers in the country, in large cities, in smaller cities, in towns, and how we are giving back to the community. As Eddie said, that it comes from within. It comes from within. The founder of the enterprise said, the founder of Tata Group that we are part of, he said that an enterprise gets its business from the community, and it is the responsibility of the enterprise to return that favor many times over. And that is actually what we are trying to show, what we're trying to demonstrate in every single thing that we do. It comes from within, and it helps us. It helps the company in many ways. We're able to attract the best talent, and we are able to keep that talent with us because people like to do good things. Every single day they have a purpose in their life to do things, and I'd like to talk a little bit about that. So let me talk a little bit about what we have created along with STEMconnector. So I thank STEMconnector for organizing this summit and commend all the partners for their commitment. This is one of a kind premier convening of industry leaders, all of yourselves, and partners, sharing a common interest in developing STEM human capital of our nation and the world. The thought leadership of STEM innovation and the member companies resulted in innovative solutions such as STEM 2.0 framework, the STEM Career Accelerator, and the Global STEM Talent Summit, that where we are today. And what do these things give us? STEM 2.0 gives us a simple yet powerful framework to communicate foundational skills needed for the 21st century careers. These include employability skills, innovation excellence, and digital fluency. What does STEM Career Accelerator give us? It gives the companies the opportunity to engage with the young students and inspire them in STEM careers across sectors. And the Talent Summit, where we are today, we come together, we share our insights, we share our thoughts, and we make concrete plans to address the short-term and long-term talent needs and collaborate with the education sector in partnership to bring these plans to fruition. So it is our honor to be part of this collective effort and support the Global STEM Talent Summit for the 4th consecutive year. And thank all the partners attended for your support. So let me go back to last year. So last year, I spoke to you about tech talent for all and stressed 4 points to make this a reality. The first one is the companies need to invest in reskilling their employees. The second is develop technology talent locally and through public-private partnerships. The third, the national cross-sector efforts are critical to move the needle. If you want to really bring in a scale, we have to come together and put up national cross-sector efforts. And the last one, the diversity of talent is critical for innovation because you need to get everybody together. And tech professionals like ourselves can play a big part forward by mentoring. And what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about today about the need to prepare future-ready talent and key factors that influence how this talent is developed and deployed. So many folks have talked about, many leaders before me have spoken about this, that digital technologies are transforming the need for every industry. And companies are adopting forces like cloud and automation to make their enterprise far more agile and responsive in order to provide superior experiences to their customers. Their customers are demanding this. You know, I have my dentist, for example, gave me a toothbrush, which is electric toothbrush. But what it does is it also monitors how I brush my teeth and what quadrant of my mouth is brushed and how well it is brushed every single day. And it gives me analytics on that. It tells me how well I'm doing. It has gamification. It gives me frownies if I don't spend 2 minutes cleaning my mouth. And if I spend more than 2 minutes, it really smiles. It gives me the smileys. So you can see the kind of, a simple thing that has been transformed. It is a Wi-Fi thing, so I have an app and I can monitor, and I can, in fact, transmit it to my dentist. He has access to my how well I'm doing. So not only that, but in other pursuits, we developed something for an insurance company in Chicago, an app which actually helps consumers like ourselves only be paying insurance for the journeys that we make. And also, if we do well, our insurance premium comes down. So it actually promotes safe driving, right? So a number of things that are happening, and you have a store in Seattle, for example, where you walk in and pick up the things and you walk out, and everything happens automatically, right? So the customer experiences are becoming very important, right? And in this new world order, companies across all sectors actually need talent for a combination of digital fluency, innovation excellence, and employability skills. I want to now dwell on another part, which is with the likes of automation, some experts and studies have forecast that notable job displacement will occur in the coming years. Whereas the study that we have done, the TCS recent global trend study, highlights how automation and artificial intelligence will primarily be a supplemental force for the foreseeable future. Yes, it will replace some highly competitive and mundane jobs, but it will enhance many of today's roles with humans working alongside with artificial intelligence, creating many jobs that did not exist today. A key point here is that on average, a third of the skill sets that are used in today's jobs will be wholly new by 2020. In fact, some studies suggest that 65% of the children entering the primary school today will have jobs that don't yet exist. Actually, my job today, when I started, it did not exist in 1950s. Actually, it is a new kind of work that we are doing. The whole programming and working with computers. Computers started to come on scene in 50s and 60s, and that's how a completely new workforce was created. So, but at the same time, we are faced with daunting gap between education and opportunity that has resulted in social, economic, gender, and ethnic inequities. Most of today's education systems are based on models put in place over a century ago and need to be reformed and modernized to address the growing gap between conventional education systems and the demands of modern life and new labor markets. Now, if we really look at this, what do we need to do? All the efforts that we need to address this opportunity gap have to address that part, that every young American should have access to education that is relevant and contextual to the needs of today's society. The other aspect is that despite the rising levels of education, women and minorities continue to be underrepresented in the workforce. In fact, their number has been dropping, and the work that we've been doing with Million Women Mentors actually was conceived to address that part. According to latest data, on average, globally, women have less than 2/3 of the economic opportunities that men have. Then other aspect of this is, I want to talk about the adult training aspects, because when you reskill, you're basically talking about adult training. So poorly developed adult training and skilling systems in most economies today delay the speed of adjustments to the new world order that we see coming upon us every single day. Regardless of the current competencies, workers will need to dynamically reskill throughout their working lives. Many education systems, however, built around educating children, not adults. Adult learning systems where they exist are usually niche and aimed at individuals, not at systemic collective training, reskilling and upskilling of the whole workforces on an ongoing basis. That's what we require. So let me talk a little bit about the fact that what is it that we're doing at TCS. At TCS, our view of the future-ready talent is divided into three parts. Reskilling and upskilling employees to realize their full potential. We have a large number of people, and I'll talk about it. You need to prepare the youth for 21st century careers, and you have to empower the women and minorities who are underrepresented in workforce. So three areas, three things that we talk about. And Eddie talked about a little bit about our core business. Our core business, TCS core business, is to provide innovative IT and digital transformative solutions to Fortune 500 companies around the world. We have a talent pool now of 387,000 people, over a third of which are women. We firmly believe that there are no legacy people, there are only legacy technologies. So you need to reskill them. So what we have done is we have focused on upgrading the digital quotient of TCSers, and we have already trained 200,000 employees in 500,000 new digital competencies and 1.1 digital certifications, 1.1 million digital certifications. We achieved this by providing anytime, anywhere type of training on a digital platform, which also has been evolving with the needs. So I can pick up some training on when I'm flying on a plane. And we have also developed, majority of the people that we have are less than 35 years old. So you also need to make sure that you're looking at millennials who are entering the workforce, people that we have, and we have developed Nano Courses, which basically reflect the reality today. Most of the kids who are entering the workforce, the younger people, have not so much time on their hands, and they also do not have that much of attention span. So we developed things which are Nano Courses, something like 30 seconds courses which introduce some kind of concept. Then you have courses which are longer. And these courses are gamified. You complete a course, you get so many points. And if you want to leave a course in between, the system eggs you on, saying that you have only a few more things to be finished. And then you will get so many miles, and also certification for completing this. So basically, these are in line with the needs of today. So externally, what we are doing, this I talked about internally what we have done in TCS. Externally, we are approaching this from a holistic perspective, and we are looking at how we can have a notable impact at a national, state, local, and individual level. And Nina talked very nicely about how you start individually and go to national. And this is what we are also trying to do at various levels. So we are very much engaged with the universities here. And 18 months ago, we gave $35 million to Carnegie Mellon University. It is the largest corporate grant that the university has achieved in their history of university. Thank you. So we were there about 15 days ago doing the groundbreaking ceremony of that hall. It's called TCS Hall. It will do research in cognitive computing, artificial intelligence, and autonomous vehicles. It will bring in students from the university. It will bring in TCS researchers, and it will bring in a cross-industry pool of people who would then work on this. And this is our way to cultivate the best and the brightest minds of our country. We are also leading a cross-sector effort along with partners, customers, industry peers to inspire young boys and girls from ethnic minorities, marginalized groups, and low-income families towards STEM education and careers. We are bringing the best of our thought leadership that we have, and then we are combining it with the partners that work with us, collaborate with us, and we are also bringing volunteerism in our company, and of course the philanthropy that is in our DNA to support our STEM initiatives. So we believe that you cannot be what you can't see, and young people need mentors, young people need role models, young people need industry professionals who they can relate to on a personal level to mentor and coach them to realize their full potential. So as co-founders for US 2020 and Million Women Mentors, TCS has helped to build a national infrastructure. We provided the technology infrastructure where you can provide mentoring, and it connects with volunteers for mentors, with young women and girls who are available for mentoring, and with an ultimate goal that we have of reducing the overwhelming gender and diversity gap that is in STEM. And I would also say this, that as a result of the sustained momentum that STEMconnector and the partners have created, we had a goal of getting to 1 million some time ago, and that million actually was not only achieved, but now we stand, I'm told, we stand at around 1.5 million, and we want to go to 2 million and 3 million as we go forward. This is really a momentum, and I thank everyone here for that support. TCS also creates blueprints and recommendations for collaborative solutions for STEM education issues through our own TCS annual computer science education roundtables, which feature industries, academic, civic and policy leaders. We held the last one in Chicago, and we had not only the industry leaders were there, we had the University of Chicago folks, we had the schools in Chicago, their teachers were there, and there were kids, and the parents also joined us. And then we publish the outcome of these roundtables in a form, and I'm very pleased to show you what we have published, and this will be mailed out to every one of you through email and also through mail. So please look forward to this, and we ourselves will look forward to your comments so that we can do these things better. Now, talking about the GoIT program that Eddie also talked about, we started about 7 years ago in Cincinnati, and we started because of a selfish reason. We could not hire as many people for our own company as we wanted to hire from universities around the country. So we looked into the reasons, and then we started this program with the schools in Chicago, in Cincinnati, and then I met Governor Kasich in Columbus, and he said, Surya, you cannot just do it in Cincinnati, you have to start in Columbus. So sir, I said, sir, I've started in Ohio, but he said you need to do it. So we started in Columbus, and we started now in Michigan, in Minnesota, with the governors there, and with other people, senators and congressmen. And today we run it in 54 cities around the country. This is one of the largest programs, but with our partners, it has become even larger. So thank you again for the support that we have got, and we want to make it even bigger. Thank you. I again come back to what the opportunity is here, and although many people have talked about, our perspective is this, that many young Americans may only be steps away from gaining pathway to prosperity, as they could aspire to be hired for over 500,000 high-paying technology jobs that are currently open, or 1 million more computer-related jobs that will be there in 2020. These jobs are in every sector, every state, yet last year, only 42,969 computer science students graduated into the workforce. So you can see the gap that exists, the opportunity that is there. So the other aspect that now we are embarking on, and I'll talk about what is the basis for that, and then what we are trying to do. So as a society, we need to recognize that computational thinking is a foundational skill for 21st century jobs. That is computational thinking. Like the math was the basis. Now we think that computational thinking is the basis for all 21st century jobs. And we need to make sure that the students who think that they know because they handle smartphones, they handle the laptops, and they handle computing devices. They think that they know computers. I think they know more of how to consume computational results rather than creating the things which go behind this, creating apps, creating programs. And so what we want to basically do is we want to make sure that the students transition from merely being a consumer technology to being creators and innovators who can lead our new moonshots. They build resilience to disruptions which are there, the adoption of automation, artificial intelligence, and other technologies. So last year, I made a call at this forum. And this forum is very dear to me because this forum allows me to make a call every single year. And last year, I made a call to action that we should all come together and make an effort to engage 1 million students across America. And now I'm happy to report that TCS has taken action against that pledge. So last month, in March 2017, we announced the launch of Ignite My Future in School with Discovery Education, our partner. And Lori is here from Discovery Education. So thank you, Lori. I appreciate your support. This is first-of-a-kind initiative to enable educators, administrators, and school districts to become ambassadors of a transdisciplinary approach and introduce computational thinking within the context of core subjects, not just computer science, but context of core subjects, such as English, mathematics, social studies, science, and arts. How computation, how computing, how digital is affecting every single thing that we do today. So this initiative will engage 20,000 teachers. We are going to the teachers because we believe the teachers are the vehicles for igniting the future for our students in the schools. Teachers are extremely important. And my belief is this is also one of the first initiatives that recognizes the role of teachers, how important they are in making or igniting the future for our students. This will also impact 1 million students over the next 5 years and would be offered free of cost to them and their school districts. So thank you very much. But what I want is, I want to make sure that as we go together, so we, at TCS, we are making this pledge for 1 million students over the next 5 years. I would like you to come along with me, join my company, join everyone else, join ourselves together to ensure that we can do, if not much, we can do 5 million over the next 5 years. So that's what I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Today, technology is all around us.